Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ida. I live in Mallorca, Spain, and I'm a photographer and videographer, and I mostly shoot weddings and real estate. In this video, I'm going to show you what I have in my camera bag when I shoot and do videos for real estate agencies. And I started working in real estate in Mallorca back in 2012, and I've done everything from social media marketing, graphic design, web design. Yeah, I've done almost everything related to marketing in the real estate field. And the last couple of years, I focus more and more on photo and video, and I've done several workshops for real estate agents actually who wants to be able to do their own photography, since it can be expensive to hire a photographer every single time. So I thought, why not make it a video so that more people can learn how to do it themselves. So let's get to it. This is the camera that I use. It's a mirrorless full frame Sony a7 III. It's a great camera and I really love it. In the beginning, I shot with the Canon 70D, and I actually miss having the flip out screen that I had on that camera. You could flip it out like this to the side. And it was very handy when I was shooting like small places where you had to back up against a wall or a corner and you couldn't really fit behind the tripod and the lens. And that was perfect to just flip out the screen and you could tilt it however you wanted. And yeah, it was really, really handy and I missed that. None of the Sony cameras have this feature, but the A6400 that I'm actually getting soon, it has a flip out screen, but it flips up like this. So you will have it at the top, but I don't see how that will help with real estate actually, because I mean, you can't be in front of the camera obviously, and you will have a wide angle, so you will sort of be in the lens or in the shot. But yeah, the first thing you need is a camera, and it doesn't need to be a full frame or a mirrorless, it can be any camera. But I mean, I prefer this over my old one. It's a lot sharper, the image quality is a lot better. The next thing you need is a wide angle lens, and I invested in this. It's a Laowa 12mm lens for Sony. You don't need to have this particular one, but you need a wide angle, and it can be 16mm, it can be 18, it can be something like 12 to 24. And that was actually the one that I was going for at first, the Sony 12 to 24mm. This particular lens is called 0D, zero distortion, which helps a lot with when you want completely straight lines and everything. And that's what I really want to go for in my photos and videos. For photos, it's easy to change in post-production, but videos is not that easy. So yeah, that's why I went with this one. You can get away with a more narrow lens, but I would say a 12mm lens is really good, and that you can use it for like all interior shots. The third thing that many beginners overlook is a tripod, and you need a tripod. Don't skip this step. It will help you to get sharper images, straighter lines in your photos, and it will allow you to use only natural light so that you don't need a flash. And it will also allow you to have a higher aperture, which makes everything in your image sharp. Settings and such I will talk about in another video, but please use a tripod. It makes such a huge difference for interior shots. And that's the essential for photography. And when it comes to videos, you will also need a gimbal. And I use the Crane 2 from Shizun, something like that. And I mean, you can use sliders as well. That I've seen that some people use sliders that they put on the tripods, but a gimbal will do the trick. The trick is to just move quite slow and try to get those steady push-ins. And don't be afraid to try out a gimbal or even buy a gimbal, because you just need to learn how to balance it. You don't need a lot of advanced movements. Just those steady push-ins will make your real estate videos so much more professional. This is basically everything I have in my camera bag when I shoot real estate. Sometimes I do bring a 50mm lens like this to do some detail shots. You can also go with a 24 to 70mm. Then you have a lot of different focal lengths to try out. When I shoot an agent presentation for a video, then I would use something like a 24 to 70mm lens, because if you shoot them with a 12mm lens, they will look a bit distorted, and it's harder, I think, to get a... Yeah, I don't think it looks good to shoot people with a 12mm lens. So I would go with a 24-70 or a 50mm. But if I just go on a normal photography shoot, I will only bring this. That was a lie. I would probably bring this little 50mm as well, because it doesn't weigh anything. And yeah, that's very essential for me to have a very, have a light bag and don't put a lot of strain on your shoulders and back. When I do an agent presentation, I will also use something like this, Rode Wireless Go, or some kind of mic. Don't rely on the in-camera audio, it's not good enough. You could get away with this, but I would go for something like, a lav mic and Rode Wireless Go. I do have a drone as well, and some real estate agencies really want those drone shots, but for apartments in the city, you're not really allowed to use a drone anyway, so you really can get started without having a drone, so don't worry about that. So this is what I have in my camera bag when I do real estate photography or video, and I hope you found this video interesting. I myself, I love watching what's in my camera bag videos, so I hope you liked it. Please let me know what gear you use for real estate and what gear you'd like to buy next. If you like this video, please give it a tumme upp, as we say in Sweden, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos from me. Except equipment videos, I'm planning to do a bit behind the scenes videos and maybe a bit of life in Mallorca, so hit subscribe and I'll see you soon. Bye!